To the Mike Martin podcast. Like, click, and subscribe. Boom, got it. We're talking about the protests going on with the No Kings.
Supplying Ukraine with weapons.
Yep. What?
Thank you for bringing that sign. No more.
Stop U.S. NATO imperialist war on Russia. I disagree with you, sir. Can we chat about this?
Sure.
You think the U.S. is waging war on Russia, or is Russia waging war on Ukraine? Which one's more likely?
The U.S. is waging war on Russia.
How so? We haven't attacked Russia. Russia is the one that unilaterally launched this invasion.
The U.S. is the country that's mainly responsible for the overthrow of the democratically elected Prime Minister or President of Ukraine in 2014.
I'm pretty sure the Euromaidan protests happened naturally, and Yanukovych fled naturally.
Well, that's not true at all.
Now, Yanukovych absolutely fled in 2014.
There was a popular movement, pro-Western movement, among Western Ukrainians against the president. Correct.
Yep.
The ultra-right, though, the fascists in Ukraine, they were the tip of the spear. They're the ones that drove the president out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And the CIA, Victoria Nuland, and the State Department were primarily responsible for funding that opposition.
A phone call between Victoria Nuland and other people doesn't mean there was a coup. But can I just ask, this is respectful too.
No, a coup is the overthrow of a democratically elected politician.
So let me ask you, if I were to concede that it was a coup, do you think that means... Wait, no, let me say, is Russia, you think they're justified in invading Ukraine? Is Russia justified? That's the question. Is Russia justified? This shouldn't be hard. This should not be hard.
Yes, they were justified.
You think they were justified in invading their next door neighbor? Do you think Trump would be justified invading Canada?
Let me ask you a question,
Ask me
because you're doing a lot of talking.
Yeah.
You talk too much.
In 2008, George Bush, against all advice, said that Ukraine and Georgia should be in NATO. And since 2008, the US and the CIA and the State Department have been working towards those ends. So the CIA has been very active in Ukraine. Politicians like Lindsey Graham, McCain went over there, and they supported the coup, and they supported Ukrainians attacking other Ukrainians in the East who wanted autonomy.
How does a country get accepted into NATO?
The second thing, just after the
I'll grab your hand and you play me. Hey,
you get your fucking hands off me.
invasion, remember, in 2022, the invasion was in February. In March 22, there were negotiations in Ankara, Turkey, to end the war with Kiev and tells them to scrap that. Don't do it. We will supply you with weapons. You can win this. You can win this. Meanwhile, hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians are dead. The country's being destroyed. Millions have left the country.
Let me say.
This is the responsibility of the U.S.
Please?
Biden.
No. Do not virtue signal about Ukrainians being dead when you just said Russia was justified in invading.
Why is Gen Z so especially traumatized and psychologically scarred and anxiety-ridden?
You said Russia was justified in invading Ukraine. NATO is a defensive force. NATO is a defensive force. Thank you for talking, sir.
A defensive force.
NATO. Okay, wait. What country has NATO invaded?
NATO is a defensive force.
Name one country they've invaded. Name one country they've invaded.
Well, Libya for a start.
NATO has not invaded Libya.
Libya attacked.
NATO has not invaded
Libya.
They are
NATO attacked Bosnia and Serbia.
Let me ask you a question.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Let's go over here.
You're a typical. I have to say,
no.
He's a typical liberal Democrat.
He just said that Russia is justified, and then he can't.
Oh, that's a foul. I am taking the ball and going home.
Hey, that's not your ball.
the chase begins.
Over here.
You're a typical. I have to say,
no.
He's a typical liberal Democrat.
He just said that Russia is justified, and then he can't name one invasion that NATO's done.
For a fight. Both of
Yeah,
them are just
yeah.
looking for a fight.
It's insane. Okay, let's keep going. Here's the thing. NATO is a defensive alliance where countries can agree to join. This dude is framing NATO as if it's this, imperialist force that takes over countries. Ukraine wanted to join NATO. After all of these invasions,
Helpful right now. We should be unified against.
After all of these things, you're saying that Russia's justified, bro. Get the fuck out of here. These people are insane. We've got pro-Russia people.
Pussy ass, bitch ass cop, punk motherfucker. Swear to God, you know how I do. If that bitch ass nigga didn't know no better, I'd have reached in my glove pouch, got my Glock out, it'd be another story up in this bitch. Click, click, bang.